All right, YouTube, by the thumbnail, you already know what this video is about. These are the cheat code tools that I love. Cheat code tools, what are those? Those are the ones you can get by without, not necessary. But man, once you have them, like what I'm gonna explain to you guys, it changes your game. If you're a contractor, handyman, whatever, it'll change the way you do work. You book work more, or you'll actually preference certain jobs because of a tool that you have, something that makes your life so much easier. Let's get right into it. All right, not the house, but of course what we have here. And of course you can see miter saws are not really a cheat code tool, but what I'm going to go through, I want to let you guys know I have two of them here because having two really helps. I'm not going to lie. If you only have one job site, that's all you're ever going to be on. Yeah, you can get by with one saw. Would highly recommend a 12-inch saw over like an 8.5 or a 10, just because of cut capacity. You're going to run into some of those big crown moldings and stuff like that. You're going to want the 12-inch. That's not what this video is about. We're going over the tools. These are the tools that I absolutely don't need if I was actually getting a job done. There's other things I can do, but these save me so much time, make everything such a less headache on a job site, and just overall a morale booster for me knowing that I have them in my inventory. We're gonna go ahead and start with the truck. Yeah, I don't need an F450, but man, it is absolutely amazing. I think I got 5,000 pounds of capacity on this. Actually, I think it's like 4,999. So in the morning when I hit the restroom, boom, I got, 5,000 pounds of capacity. I know that's not how that works, but anyways, that's how I feel about it. The F450, I'll never not have this truck in my life. Whatever, wide track front end. I'll link in the description, you guys. I have a couple of videos. It says 163,000 miles on it. Yes, it's dirty. You're never going to see a clean truck review on this channel because there's Instagram, there's plenty of guys out there who actually don't use their trucks for work to give, the reviews on those trucks. But this one gets used for work all the time, daily driver. Absolutely didn't think I was going to didn't need a Power Stroke, but now that I have the 6.7 Power Stroke, I'm never not going to have it in my life. I'm not even going to lie. A couple things about the truck. Besides it being a dually, obviously a F450, it's got the white track front end, bigger brakes. That's why I wanted the F450 in the first place. And the fact that it does eat front tires. There's a couple things I've noticed about it. So 163,000 miles, it does eat front tires. You guys can see a little bit. And that's just kind of going, yeah, I could probably find different tires for it, but I think I actually almost have small cords on the other side. And we're going to be changing those babies out here pretty soon. This is just the STX package. This is just a work truck and I absolutely love it. I would not have it any other way. I was thinking of doing like an F350 short bed. Having an 8-foot bed is a game changer for me just because I use it for contracting, all that kind of stuff too. So 8-foot bed is absolutely where it's at. Yes, it's a road train. It's a long truck. I'm not going to lie. It's a long truck, but again, white track front end. If you guys don't know what that's about, I did test drive a Ram 3500, all blacked out. I think it was a mega cab. Really, really nice truck. I was gonna want one of those, but as soon as I test drove a white track Ford, it was it. Like I can get into spots that usually it's gonna be like a 5, 10, 15, 20 point turn getting into it. The white track front end sold me. Of course, bigger brake system with the F450 over the F350. Get a bigger truck than you think you're gonna need, just because it absolutely, no matter what I can tow behind it, I absolutely know I have the capacity to do it, providing we're within legal limits and all that kind of stuff. But cheat code for me is a truck. Knowing that I have this means I can tow whatever. And again, I'm gonna go back in here real quick. Gen Y hitch, this truck's great, but you got to have a hitch for it. And the Gen Y with obviously the pintle, that is amazing. I absolutely love that thing. Well worth it. I think it's like $500-600 for this thing. You get the 2 5/16, the 2, and of course the pintle. Great, fantastic. I don't need to swap out any hitches or anything like that. It is amazing. So again, dirty truck. That's what you get in this channel. All right, back up front here. Let's start out. Okay, 2 miter saws. Definitely a cheat code, especially on the same job site. I can do either one. I can have different levels of the house, different areas, different work. It doesn't matter. And especially many hands make light work. If I have a helper, a subcontractor who needs an extra saw, I can give it to them. It gets the job done quicker. We get paid quicker, period. Miter saw is not really a cheat code. You're gonna need, if you're a handyman or a contractor, you should already have a miter saw. High impact, Milwaukee makes the best impacts on the market, in my opinion, plus also professional opinion. I think I'm right. You feel free to fight me in the comment section below. And please don't say Snap-on. That's it. But an impact is a cheat code tool because yes, I can, if I have a flat tire on the truck, which I've had like one since I've owned it, and yeah, I can use, a tire iron, get them off, no big deal, cheater bar. but having this thing, slapping a socket on and just wrenching off any flat tires that I have is a cheat code. It makes it, I like it so much and I use it so much. It's so valuable to me that I have two. One for my truck, this is the one for my truck, and then one for my wife's car. Because if we're driving in that thing, I don't want to be getting out a tire iron. I can just zap off a wheel, be done with it. So I have one of these. I think this is the Gen 3 version. And I have another Gen 3 version for the wife's car. Pin nailer. I didn't know I absolutely needed this in my life until Milwaukee came out with it, because I was in the Milwaukee line anyway. I had the Hitachi pin nailer, and that was amazing when that first came out too. So when this came out, I switched over. But a pin nailer absolutely is amazing for finished carpentry, small, moldings and stuff like that. It is just one of those tools that I'll never not have because of how useful it is. Now, the next one would be the reason why I switched over to the 40 volt system besides the Shadow line is the Makita XGT AWS. Somewhat of a cheat code is, I know you got plenty of dust here, obviously. The Bluetooth vacuum doesn't get all of it, but it absolutely, positively helps with everything. Now, I have both of these hooked up. You guys probably heard over here. I can do it again. So that's something that I made a short about. It's kind of funny, but they're Bluetooth operated. So obviously either trigger makes both vacuums turn on, which is fine by me. But having Bluetooth and no cords, you guys can see there's absolutely no cords. I have a completely cordless job site pretty much, except for a paint sprayer and I think a power, whatever. But tile saw as well too. So other than that, everything's cordless. Next will be basically the Polk station. I built this thing a couple of years ago now, but having the miter saw, or not the miter saw, the table saw with the miter saw stand, this is absolutely, like, I'm going to be using it today, trying to build out some more shelving in the basement and everything. But having the table saw with the outfeed and just a workstation in general, I can keep stuff here, is awesome. I know we have this miter, this is a great one too, a portable, and I do use this a lot. I have two of these actually, because I have 4 miter saws, which for some reason I have 4 miter saws. But having this entire workstation tool storage, again, not crazy portable, but it absolutely is epic when I'm actually using it for what its intended purposes, as far as, long form job sites where I need a spot to keep everything, flat surfaces and everything, like you see here, material storage and everything like that. I would highly recommend you guys take the 8 to 10 hours it takes to build this thing and do it if you have a reason to have a workstation like this. Track saw. I absolutely love track saws because it makes me a better carpenter. That tool makes me better, period. Now we're going to go into, I have 2, and you guys can see how important these tools are. I have 2 framing nailers. Why 2 framing nailers? Because they're that important. Yeah, I can hand bang nails in. Not going to do that anymore. Cordless, gasless framing nailers. I have 2, one for backup, and then also if we're both working on a job site, we can both have our own tool. It works. Highly recommend the high capacity mags from Milwaukee. That's why I switched over from the Hitachi / Hikoki, because they didn't have high capacity mags. These ones are high capacity magazines for the nails, and it just, if I have to reload less, it just saves more time. Getting into this tire inflator I just bought recently, nothing crazy, but it is absolutely one of the best tools that I purchased, I believe, this year. And I can set the pressure, leave it. It obviously inflates the tire to the pressure I want it to. I can get something else done. I don't need to sit there with a air compressor airing up a tire. I can just set it and forget it. Battery operated, of course. Yeah, I'm probably gonna buy another one of these things. These are the M18 version. Highly recommend you guys. Next will be a beam saw. Beam saw, this is the 10.5 inch blade here. This I can cut 4x material, which is really 3.5 material with one swipe. That is the sole reason I bought this tool. Sole reason. That way I, 4x6, 4x4, posts for decks and stuff, one swipe, I can keep moving, and it just makes life so much easier on a framing job when you can do that, because saves time. I don't need a, triple measurement or anything like that. I can just measure once, cut once, and be on my merry way to the next cut. All right, so impacts and hammer drills. I have these here because multiple tools, not the actual tools themselves, multiple tools is where it's at, because I lose crap all the time, or I'll misplace it, leave it on a job site. No worries. I don't need to waste my time to go backtrack, because I'm already going back to that job site maybe another day, another week or whatever. I can go back and get that tool. I have multiple tools to save me time, because I can use multiple bits or multiple job sites, whatever it is. It absolutely is a luxury and a cheat code for sure. All right, SDS rotary hammer drills. These Okay, this is the original one I bought. It's actually on its last legs. It's not that great. I still have it here. It's way out of warranty, but I have the two behind it, and these are relatively new. And this one actually is brand new. I haven't used it yet on a job site, but that job site's coming next month. These are, once I bought this, I was just kicking myself so much because I was using the hammer drill. Not those, it's like a Gen 1 hammer drill, but I was using the Gen 1. It just eats through what I need it to eat through. Period. End of story. That's why I have multiples now, because of how valuable those tools are. It is one of those tools that no matter what, if I'm doing a job, I can just break it out, eats right through the hole. I can get the job done. It saves me so much time on a job site. I'll never not have an SDS hammer drill. It's just amazing tool. Drywall cutout tool from Makita. This is my only 18 volt Makita tool, and that's how valuable it is. This thing makes demo work on drywall amazing. It's just so quick and easy, painless, effortlessly, makes straight cuts like you want to. And you don't have to worry about cutting through electrical wires. It only goes to a certain depth that you adjust it. Of course, 5/8 if you have 5/8 drywall, 1/2 inch for 1/2 inch drywall. It works. Buy yourself one. I can't wait for the, I'll sell this one when they come out with the XGT 40 volt version. But right now, this is my only 18 volt Makita tool. Cordless, gasless, I guess, yeah, Milwaukee's cutoff. So this thing, I've had it since they came out with it a couple of years ago, and it's paid for. Now, it's not cheap. This thing's a couple $1,000s. They've come out with a Gen 2 version of this thing already, because this one does eat through batteries. You don't get too much, but it absolutely, when you're in a spot or in an area where you can't fire up an engine, this is the tool for you. Now, there is other tools. You can get corded, like circular saws that cut, through concrete and stuff like that. But this tool, highly recommend. It is absolutely one of those tools that made an immediate impact on me as far as getting the work done. Because I had this tool in my arsenal, I can absolutely, multiple jobs, just cut something real quick. You press a button, your safety's off, boom, you're cutting. You don't need to worry about choking, gas, anything like that. And of course, you don't have to worry about fumes. So highly recommend, if you guys are in the MX fuel line, you get the cutoff tool, because man, cutting concrete, cutting stuff out of basements, whatever you need to, pipes, it's amazing. Last but not least, you guys, I'll say a digital, not this one, but anyone you want to. This is one of my newer ones as far as the Red Stick Milwaukee digital level, because of basically proving to yourself, proving to customers or whoever that you're within 100th of a degree on level is valuable, absolutely valuable. I did have the Stabila one. I think I had the 4-foot and the 2-foot, but those things grew legs and walked up the job site. Go figure. So here we are. We're going to give the Milwaukee Red Stick a try. And we got a couple of those, and a couple of them are on the job sites right now. But having a digital level absolutely works, and it's a visual representation, and it takes out the guesswork, especially showing customers, hey, this is the work we're doing, this is what we're leaving it at, 5/100ths of a degree off, certain here or there, back pitching stuff. It is absolutely one of those tools that I'll never not have in my inventory. And of course, the ultimate cheat code tool that I have, or had anyway, is tool trailer. For me, game changer. You guys, there's multiple videos I've had. You guys know how I feel about tool trailers. Have another one built, but the other one is sold, so I don't have it here to show it to you guys. But if you're on the fence about a tool trailer versus a van, depending on what kind of service work versus on-site construction work you're going to do. For me, trailer is amazing. It's the way to go for me. I'm in the suburbs of Detroit area, so I am not going inside the city of Detroit by any means. So a trailer and a truck, being that I have a 4-wheel drive truck now, is fantastic. And when I first started, 4-wheel drive vans were not a thing. So truck and trailer it was. Absolutely recommend some sort of organization for materials and tools. A tool trailer is the way to go for me, and absolutely the best cheat code. Like and subscribe, you guys. We'll see you on the next video. If I missed anything, if you guys have a certain cheat code tool that I have not mentioned or do not have, put it down in the comment section below. I'm always about buying tools. You guys know that. So we'll see you on the next video.